everyone, ShinNefzen here, your humble host, as always, bringing you a very random Let's Play, one I never even planned to do. I was just looking at my games, and I was like, hey, Super Mario World, let's record it. Alright, so it's Super Mario World. I don't think I really need to introduce it beyond that. It's, one of the best-known games of the Super Nintendo era, and gave us lots of our modern Mario things, like Yoshi, the cape, other cool stuff. Let's get right out into it. I'll go start with our C file. Disclosure, let's read this first. Welcome, this is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. I'm shocked. Looks like Bowser's at it again. Okay. And we're going to find ourselves in the overworld map, which will be somewhat familiar if you played Mario Brothers 3. We're going to veer off to the left here. As I was saying, I went to start this recording. This was right after I recorded Street Fighter 2, by the way. And the settings that I have used for years in Cam Studio without any issue, suddenly I can't use the video codec that I have been using without problem for 2 years. So, I had to find a different codec, and of course that codec looked like crap with my regular settings, so I have tweaked it, twitched with it? Yeah, we'll go with that. And, hopefully this, what results is halfway decent. I started several test videos. Most of them were pretty god-awful. Either the audio wasn't recording very well, it was like fuzzy, or it's like a cannon pipe. These little things here you can hit and get like messages and stuff. I just thought they looked like coconuts on the boxes. But so I finally made about a minute-long recording that I wasn't completely just disgusted by. It looked pretty decent frame rate. And we have our introduction to one of the big things this game did, and having a spare item in reserve, and also we can do that. There we go. There's a 1-up. Giant bullet bills are not my friend. And apparently neither are 1-ups. So yeah, hopefully this video turns out alright. I didn't notice any horrendous amount of screen hiccups or anything. Should have seen the stuff I was dealing with. Just messing around. Trying to find a good balance of my settings with this new codec. And that 1-up I just got was from collecting 5 Dragon Coins. And we see I got a 23 there. The higher you hit the goal post, the more points you get, up to a maximum of 50. When you get 100 points, you go to a bonus stage and attempt to collect some 1-ups. And let's head on up to the next area, which we already have, the first Switch Palace. I always found it funny that the first Switch Palace is this early. You know what? I didn't even need to bring this. It just makes a bunch of coins. Basically, if I had continued through the levels normally, I would come into a bunch of, blocks that wouldn't be there. They'd be outlined in yellow, and hitting the switch coming up here will fill in those blocks. In many cases, creating bridges across gaps or certain item blocks. Like it said, the power of the switch turns that into this, and it automatically saves our game. Yay. So yeah. And there's also a red Switch Palace and a blue Switch Palace. I always found it weird that the first Switch Palace is this incredibly early in the game, but whatever. Let's continue on. Alright, Yoshi's Island 2. This is, this stage I normally did first a lot as a kid. Don't know why. I always did this one for some reason, then went over to the Switch Palace. Here we have our first instance of Yoshi. Hooray, thank you for rescuing me. My name is Yoshi. On my way to rescue my friends, Bowser trapped me in that egg. Tay. Alright, of course, Yoshi has his signature long tongue. We can eat fruit for points. We can swallow red shells and breathe fire. And we can eat stuff. We swallow green shells, but we just spit those out. Not that exciting. Ah! Now, get back here, Yoshi. We'll be seeing many variations of this enemy throughout the game. Sometimes they just stand and jump, do jumping jacks to try to knock you out of the air. Some of them will try to tackle you. Some of them will throw footballs, baseballs. I mean, they just do all kinds of stuff. There's a 1-up that was supposed to be a Yoshi, but I already have a Yoshi, so it gave me a 1-up instead. You got these moly-molies. And of course, for some strange reason, Yoshi can't climb, so we'll jump off him. Thank you. Jeez. Where we find another dragon coin. Ugh. That's pretty much all that's there. Let's get back on Yoshi. Really? Really? I'm dealing with this right now? Man, I need a new controller. And number 5. So there's a 1-up. There we go. Ugh. What's bad moly-moly? Run down to a quick hidden area. We need the power of the Yoshi jump here. You get a lot more height if you jump off of a Yoshi. So we get a 1-up. Some coinage. Another coinage. And more coinage. Also an option. Get off. You can pick up these blocks here. Pacow. 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 And that's that. Get back. Alright, let's go. Pop, 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 pop. Eat plant. Oh, in case you can't tell, this is totally not going to be a speed run. At least not at the moment. Get back here, you stupid dinosaur. You know what? I don't care about you. Yeah, I do. Who can I kid? And in that case, I didn't hit the goalpost. So then it poofs and disappears and turns into a coin, which is a pretty crappy consolation prize. So try to hit it whenever possible, even if you only get a couple points out of it. Okay. This is a stage. It's got things on it. Lots of moving platforms. The stage introduces a lot of gimmicks. These twisty platforms here, paratroopas, floating platforms. Oh god! Yeah, I knew there was a pipe around here somewhere. Just don't want to have a heart attack getting to it. You can see those yellow blocks were all filled in there. Otherwise, you can jump straight onto the pipe, but if you accidentally fall, if you've already hit the switch palace, then those blocks will catch you. Sometimes there's really elaborate bonus areas, like that. You know, it was pretty out of the way. You got to use a P-switch. You got to do some platforming over the platforms it makes, and then it's just for a dragon coin. But whatever. Here's our first fire flower. Like normal, it lets us spit fire. This part's not too hard. Thankfully, the controls in this game are excellent, even with a not awesome little controller that I'm using. So here's a block we don't see too often. In this case, it's just gives us a coin. My cat is climbing on me. He huffed in frustration and stepped away. And first water stage. I have no idea what my formula for doing videos here is going to be. If I'm going to do a certain number of stages, a certain length, but this first area of the game is pretty short. Our castle stage is right after this, so I might just bang all that out in one video and play it by ear after that. Who knows? I could do one world per video, but the worlds definitely get longer as the game goes on. That'd be pretty imbalanced. I don't like making... I've said this a lot of times in my fighting game videos, where I definitely don't like making long videos with them, because I find, at least me personally, everyone's different, that long fighting game videos are very fatiguing as a viewer. Like, you can only watch it for so long before you're like, and like, you know, Alt-Tab or pause it and go do something else for a bit and come back to it. Wow, holy frame rate, Batman. Gimme. Water is not insta-kill, thankfully, at least not here. Yeah, I kind of squandered that star. Could have just ran all the way over, but whatever. Stage is ending. What? And we're at Iggy's Castle. And I assure you, normally the game's a lot longer than 5 stages. Oh, well, including the Switch Palace, 5 stages. And then a castle. Sadly, we leave Yoshi behind, for reasons I do not entirely understand. Alrighty. And no, I'm probably not going to hit any of these message blocks unless it's an accident. Now here's some gating we can crawl on. We can smash our fists here, and what that does... if they're on the other side, we can knock them down. That only works if they are on the other side. Doubt there's anything I need here, but let's take a look. Is there anything other than that, other than to get the fire flower easier? Ah! I don't really get why it goes all the way to the floor. But, okay. Now, what's this, you're wondering? Well, we can hit it, and we switch around to the other side. Cute, but overall not particularly useful. Here's our checkpoint. Now we're on to the second portion of the stage, where we got these giant death pillar things. It's pretty easy, though. You can pretty much stay ahead of them for the most part. Just crouch in the little holes. It's pretty self-explanatory. Oh, you thought I was going to die, didn't you? Yeah, I've played this game too many times. You might have heard me, this is the boss door, by the way. You might have heard me if you've watched a lot of my videos talking about, hey, games I played a lot with my grandpa. Hey! And this is definitely one of them. Played this with him all the time. And that is that. Pretty easy boss. Most of the Koopalings are pretty easy. Some of the fights are more interesting than others. I think Wendy has the most interesting fight in the game. Outside of Bowser, of course. Yay! Mario has defeated the demented Iggy Koopa in Castle Number 1 and rescues Yoshi's friend, who is still trapped in an egg. Together, they now travel to Donut Land. So what, I'm just carrying him in my pocket, or I got a backpack, or Yoshi's holding him in his mouth? That's probably what's happening. And we'll continue and save. If I can... Once upon a time. Well, I don't remember how to move the map, otherwise I'd show you the area, but that is going to do it for this one. Next time we're going to head into the stage. It's going to be one of our first secret exits coming up, so we'll be doing that. And I'll see you in part 2, and thanks for watching part 1. Like I said, this is a really random LP. I was just kind of sitting there looking, and I'm like, hey, Mario World, hit record. And then things failed, and I had to make several test videos, so now it's like a project out of attrition. But thanks for watching part 1. I'll see you in the next video.